What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 3 in Kappa mode. So guys, since last episode, I have actually changed our singularity setup over here. It was suggested in the comments that we use drawers in order to contain all of our singularities, right? Which makes a lot of sense because that way we only need to have one storage bus attached to the drawer controller, which can see everything. It'd be very similar, I guess, if we use the barrel, like we have the way to do the barrels and we've been using that downstairs. But honestly, there's some cool things about these drawers that I didn't know. So if we look at the drawer mod, we can see these different upgrades here. So the thing that I didn't know is that there's a storage downgrade, and this reduces the base storage to a single stack. So that means each drawer can only hold one stack if you just put this in here alone. But what's interesting is you can add in these other upgrades, so you can make it ×2 base value. So if you want a drawer to hold 2 stacks, you can put in the downgrade plus one of these, right? And then you'll hold 2. If you want it to hold 4, you can put in the downgrade plus 2 of these, and it'll hold 4, or one of these. So there's a lot of combinations that you can do here to really refine how much you want a drawer to hold, which is really cool. I've never done this before. I've only ever just said, oh, this one increases it 32 times. Let's just fill it all up with 32 times of these, or I guess 7 of them, 6 of them, whatever it holds. Yeah, but I didn't realize that you could like take any size drawer and then pretty much put any size stack upgrade in there to make it hold whatever you want, which is really awesome. So these drawers here, we have it set up with the downgrade plus the stack, the 4x stack upgrade. So each one of these drawers will hold only 4 stacks, which I thought was really cool. So we have 4 stacks in all these drawers that are full, and then the compressors upstairs that are full as well will hold another stack. So we have like 5 stacks for each one of them that are completely done. But anyway, long story short, if we go into our applied energistics and we look at singularities, yeah, 256 for pretty much everything except for these other ones that we've been spawning in using our mob duplicators. You can see we still got quite a lot of them though, almost 2 stacks of all of these, which is fantastic. Yes, I've had my local server running pretty much for the last 4 days to collect all that stuff. But yeah, we are pretty much good to go. Now, when I was changing out all of those singularities downstairs, I did have to have all those items in my inventory. So we did collect a lot of the quests here. Not all of them. Not all of them. I think the ones that we haven't collected were the ones that we were spawning in blocks. So I didn't have quite a stack of all of these at the time. But now we do. So I should get the rest of these quests. But my goodness, that is so many of these things. I think I'm going to go ahead and grab a stack of all of these. Try and fill up our ultimate crafting table here so we can make a full stack of the ultimate singularities. In fact, we need to make, what did I say it was, like 90 of these in order to make a block of the infinity? Well, actually, I might just try and make 2 stacks or as much as we can. We'll see how this goes. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get that going here and we'll be right back. Okay, so all of those quests are now done, and it turns out in the wireless crafting terminal, and I assume just a regular terminal, if you set this to, oh, which one did I have this on? Stored craftable, oh, sorting direction, no, this one right here, this weird looking button. So if you sort it by inventory tweaks, it puts it in the same order as like this. Anyway, that way I was to be sure I grabbed one of each of these different ones. It is a shapeless recipe, so you can put them in any direction you want to, but if you're missing one of them and you're not putting them in order, good luck trying to find out which of the 81 items that you have forgotten. Anyway, so there is all of those guys, and boom, the ultimate singularity. 1 stack of those. So I think we get a quest for that. Yeah, we do. Oh boy. All right, so that is all of the singularity quests completed, which is awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and claim this thing right now. Claim all, boop. It sounded like we got so many of them, they hit the ground. Yeah, that is quite a lot of RAK. Holy, stacks on stacks on stacks of it. Okay, well, enough of it to fill up my entire inventory, RAK. So we have 3,500 of it. If I put all of it in there, we have 5,216 RAK, which is great. Oh, and there's the other ones that we heard. Okay, so 5,227 of it. That's crazy talk. Well, anyway, so now that we have the ultimate singularities, we can start making these infinity catalysts, or at least start looking at being able to make these, because we still have to make these ultimate stews. Everything else I think is pretty much easy. I don't think we have the record fragments. No, actually I'm wrong. We do have a record fragment. I guess I made that a while ago. Anyway, it's real simple. You just get one record and you put it into your crafting grid. Well, that's real easy to do. So the only things that we are missing here is the cosmic meatballs, the ultimate stew, and the endest pearl. Creative essence, I don't think we have an auto craft for this, but I think that's something we could auto craft. I'm not sure which one of these would be the easiest one to make. Let's see here. So we can spawn in the Supremium, right? Let's take a look at this. Supremium. So yeah, we have a bunch of blocks of Supremium. We have 53 of the Supremium essence, and I think the system knows how to convert the blocks into the essence, right? Okay, so that's pretty easy. So getting back to this, if we wanted to make the Awakened Draconium or the Neutronium one, so that's a block of diamond, that and the Neutronium, and that's all EMC-able. So yeah, we can go ahead and make a recipe to make this stuff. We just got to figure out which one of these that we want, and then I think we have to put a space over in wherever our crafter is, one of these. Yeah, because this is our only master infusion crystal. So we could just add another recipe, add some spots for the extra items, and then tell the system how to craft it. So I think that's probably going to be the next thing we do. So let's go ahead and decide which one that we want. So we have Awakened Draconium, Neutronium, Nether Star, Dragon Egg. I think those are them. Is it just 3 of them? Awakened, Neutronium, Nether Star, Dragon Egg. Okay, so we have 4 of them. So which one of these is the easiest? I think the Neutronium might be. The items, that's 41,000 EMC, 2,000. Okay, that's a little bit more expensive, I think. These are 6,000 each. And then, so the Awakened Draconium is probably the one we don't want to do, since that doesn't have EMC, this doesn't have EMC. We can spawn the blocks. Well, let's go ahead and rule that one out. So 6,000. 12, 24, plus the diamond and the Supremium. And then this one seems a little bit more expensive, and this one seems a little more expensive. So I think the Dragon Egg Crux is probably the cheapest overall. So I think we will make a recipe for this. So that means we need a spot for diamond blocks and then dragon scales in here. So diamond block, dragon scales. Well, actually, I mean, I guess we technically don't need to make spots in here, because anything that doesn't have an assigned spot will just go to these other slots. Yeah, maybe we don't have to worry about that too much, but we do need to make the recipe for it. So let's do that. This is going to be an external results of the crafting. Go to the output buffer. Okay, and then we can click apply. So now we know how to do the dragon. Wait a second. I have this mixed up, don't I? This doesn't require us to do that. Why did I think that we needed... Oh, I'm so confused right now. Why did I think that we needed this? Oh, it's for the creative essence itself. Right. So I put the wrong one in there. We need this recipe in here. Whoops, my mistake. Okay, so Dragon Egg Crux. So that's got Nether Star in there. How do I get the Dragon Egg in there? I guess we have to make a Dragon Egg Crux real quick. Dragon Egg Crux. So I'll make one, then I can set the pattern. Nope, we want this guy. That's for this one. And then we do this, and this. That's Insanium Essence in here, which we don't have a spot for. So I will add this. So Insanium Essence, this is set to external plus craft. So it'll craft the Insanium in here. And then when we get the recipe, I'll just dump it into these free slots and then craft it. I think that's all we really need to do. I think this will be fine. So creative essence, external C. Yeah, that should be... I think everything should be fine here for the creative essence crafting. Okay, so now we need to make a recipe for us to make creative essence. So let's do that real quick. creative essence. We need this. I thought it was on the right one. Am I not? Pattern. Okay, so we do that. I get rid of this. We need the dragon egg crux. Replace all of these. Okay, so this is a thing. Yeah, we need to do this style of a recipe. So we also are going to need to get ourselves a creative essence, which we don't have. So let's make some insanium. We'll make 4 of those. And that should craft up pretty easily. Then we'll make the dragon egg crux. I never made the recipe for that either. Let's just make up 4 of those real quick. Dragon egg crux. I'm on the wrong terminal. This one. So there is those guys. And then we can take 4 of those and this, and we can go over to our crafter over here and craft those up. Okay, so now we should be able to set that as a recipe over here. So this stuff, the Insanium Essence, Dragon Egg Crux, is going to make 2 of the Creative Essence. So now we can throw that over there. So if we look at Essence, this one. Tier 3 Crafter. So we should be able to theoretically make Creative Essence now. Creative Essence. If I tell it to make 10 of those, is it going to craft up 10 of them? So we're missing the Dragon Egg Crux. Of course we are, because I didn't make that recipe. So Dragon Egg Crux, we need to go back to one of these, this, that, done, boom. And we just got to find a little spot in here somewhere to put this in. How about right here? Okay, so Creative Essence, 10 of those. Everything looks fine to me. So we have 2 Creative Essence. Now we have 12. So looking at these recipes a little bit further. So like an Endest Pearl is another item that we're going to have to make that requires a bunch of pearls and stuff. This is not something that we can just set a pattern and apply it in Energistics for normally, but we might be able to do some trickery using the extended crafting automation interface. Maybe, I'm not really sure. The one thing that I do want to know, can you take these crafting tables and can you animate them and then spawn in extras? Because otherwise, these are a little bit of a pain to have to craft, right? I mean, if we wanted to make another one, we would need all these ultimate stuff and all of this and the crystal cluster, which was its own thing. And we needed a special pattern in order to do that and yada, yada. Can you just craft these, I wonder? Or I'm sorry, not craft them, animate them and spawn them in. I'm not sure I've tried this yet. I feel like maybe I have, but I don't know. Let's find out if we can. So we're going to do that. And then I need to get myself my wireless crafting table. A mob imprisonment tool. This not being an item name right now is bothering me. And then we also need to get ourselves a wand of animation to see if this is going to work. Okay, so can I animate you? Shift right click. Oh, there we go. So yes, we are able to do that. And that was the ultimate crafting. Well, I wasn't actually expecting us to be able to do this, but since we can, that is awesome. So let me go ahead and grab the dark bow like we've done in the past, and we will name this so I know what we have here. So this one is Ulti Crafting. Ulti Crafty? Okay, Ulti Crafty. There we go. Let's go see if we can spawn this in and get a whole bunch of Ulti Crafties, because that would be amazing. Now, I did turn off all of these portals here. Or I didn't turn off the portals. I turned off the spawning. And the reason why I turned off the spawning is because all of these guys are really affecting our frame rate here. If we scale this up any further, I am most likely going to want to either move this really far away or you might put it into another dimension. I haven't quite decided what we're going to do just yet, but that's just something that is for the future. So anyway, here's our Ulti Crafting. I'm just going to swap that out for now, and then we'll put it back later. We'll put this guy back in here. Cool. All right, let's turn this thing back on and really lag our FPS for a little bit. But yeah, that should get us some of these ultimate crafting tables, right? So let's look in here. Ultimate. Check it out. We are getting all of the ultimate crafting tables. That's awesome. Okay, so we don't really need as many as what we have right now. So let's turn this back off. And then also, there's a way that we can set up an automation interface. And I assume we'll be able to animate that too, since it's from the same mod. So for right now, I'm going to go ahead and just swap this guy back and put this in here. Just get it out of my inventory. All right, so yeah, I would like to make ourselves the automation interface. This guy. So that requires some stuff, and we have to do that on the advanced crafting table. Let's go see if we can get this to happen. Well, apparently we have never made these crystalline components. Well, now we have. So over on this crafting table, the advanced crafting table, we can make the automation interface. Oh, except we need these enhanced ender ingots, right? So in order to make those, I guess we have never made these before. I thought we had made these. Okay, so we need the ultimate material and some ender ingots and then an ender star, which is made with shulker. Okay, lots of different stuff here. So we need, have we ever made an ender star before? Ender star, no. Do we have shulker pearls? Oh man, we got all of the pearls. So there's the pearls. Let me go ahead and, oh, not you. This, that. This. So the ender star, we need one nether star and then some eyes of ender. So a star, eye of ender, 4 of those. Very good. So then we come over here to this guy and then we can just go ahead and throw them in here. Okay, so we throw them in there in the correct order and then it starts crafting. All right, so there's our ender star. Then we need the ender ingots, which is a pearl plus dawnstone. That's real easy. Ender ingot, which we have a whole bunch of, so we don't have to worry about that. Ultimate material, which we have all of them. And the enhanced ender ingot, so that is the ultimate material plus the ender ingots and the ender star. Oh, right, so it's 1 star per ingot. Can we turn those into a block? We can. Is that block useful for anything? Are these ingots useful for anything else? Are we going to need these? Enhanced ender ingot for the creative chest. Okay, so that's also for the automation interface. And it's also for making nether star seeds, which I guess we've never gotten to before. It's useful for making the dragon egg, the awakened draconium, and the neutronium. So we are going to need some of these, not a whole lot. I'm just trying to determine if it's worth like making a block and spawning in a whole bunch for like the few that we're going to need in the future. Probably not, I don't think. So let's grab, I guess, 3 more stars. It was 3 more stars, right, for these? Oh, and we also need the eyes of ender. Grab a stack of those, and we will just let this go. We'll make 3 more of these guys. All right, so do we have everything here? Oh, we don't have the ultimate material. What else are we gonna need? We need the ender ingots. All right, now we should have everything to make these enhanced ender ingots. There we go. Easy. We could automate this using the automation interface once we get that made, but I'm not, again, we're not using like thousands of these or anything, so I'm not sure how needed that is. It would just be like doing something just to do it. We'll see. If it's something that I feel like we should automate in the future, we will. And there we go. There's an automation interface. Boom. That's a thing that we haven't made yet. So that's another quest complete. So we should be able to plop that down. And since this is from the same mob as the ultimate workbench over there, the ultimate crafting table, we should be able to animate it just the same, I would imagine. Yeah, just a shift right click on there. Awesome. So now we got to rename this guy. Shift right click on that, this, that, and this is the automation interface. Automate int. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I'll spawn in a whole bunch of these so we have extras. All right, guys. So since we're going to be setting up some automation using the extended crafting mod, I feel like we should probably keep them in the same relative location. So we'll go 3 blocks away over here for our first ultimate crafting table. We'll put an automation interface on top of that. So if we right click on here, this is the information that we can see. So you can input and output from different sides. And I think you can do this from the config or something. I'm not actually sure how you tell it which side is which. Maybe you got to do like a shift right click on there or something using a wrench. I don't know. I was reading about this in the book and it says that you can tell it which different sides. The interface has an input output slot. Items placed in the input slot will be inserted. Anyway, so the way this works is you give it power, you set a recipe, and you input the items, and then it outputs, or I guess you input the items and it outputs the rest. I'm not sure which one is in and which one's out. But anyway, yeah, so I guess we need to set up a recipe here. So let's try this. If I've used this thing in the past, it's been a very long time. So we want... Let's see, we want to make an endest pearl. So that is a bunch of ender pearls, a bunch of end stone, some neutronium, and another star. So end stone, neutronium, star, pearl. So hopefully that's enough here to do one of these things. So I can do this. Okay, very good. If I come here and I say save recipe, so the table and the recipe, view recipe. Let's grab all these items out of here. Grab that, this, those guys. Okay, so you can see right here that this is set for the endest pearl. It's got the thing highlighted there. So if I say view recipe, okay, so it just shows you the crafting table with these items in there. Awesome. Clear recipe, config, save recipe. Yeah, so again, I'm not sure if I've made one of these in the past, but let's try this out. So now I need to get myself an interface and I need to make a recipe for this. So the recipe, we're going to have to do one of these style, and then I have to count the amount of pearls that goes into each one of those. So does it have a list of items? It doesn't say anywhere in here how many items. So I got to count each one of these and then make a pattern for all of that stuff. So playing around with this a little bit, if you go into the config, yeah, you can say auto extract. And then as you click this button, it does tell you which direction. So up, down, north, south, west, east. So I guess there is no down, just up. So we're going to auto extract, which I assume means it's going to take whatever the resulting item is and throw it to the upside. I hope. Yeah, we're going to test this out here. So let's grab some ME glass cable. Just grab this, and I am going to temporarily, before we set this up permanently, just run some cable over here and see if this is going to work the way I think it should. And then we will actually hide this underground, make this look a little bit better. But yeah, let's give this a go here. So we should see endest pearl available. Maybe. Whenever the system recognizes that I have this thing connected, there we go. So here's an endest pearl. If I tell it to do one, start. Oh, this doesn't have power, of course. So let's give it I guess a specter coil just for simplicity's sake. Okay, so all the pearls go in there. All of that goes in there. Okay, so this is going really slow, but it does look like it crafted it. And endest pearl. Okay, so here's another option. So putting the interface directly onto the automation interface is really, really slow as far as auto crafting these. I did see that, yeah, you can auto insert, will automatically insert items from the inventory to the direction specified. So I think what that means is you can put like a chest and tell it that there's a chest for the inventory and it'll grab items out of there. That might be faster. I'm going to play around with this a little bit more and see if we can get this to speed up. So here's another setup. So the interface onto a slightly larger chest on top of the automation interface, and the config is set to auto insert from up. So if we tell it to make one here, endest, next, start, You can see all of the items are in here, but you can see it just slowly pulling them out. I think that's like the speed of a hopper, maybe? Yeah, that's not much faster, I don't think. So I wonder if we could, like, maybe put the interface off to the side or something, like diagonal, and then have, oh, I don't know, or I guess the chest diagonal, and then use translocators or something to pump the items in, if that would make this much faster. Yeah, I'm gonna try a few more different ways here and see if I can get this to go any faster. But honestly, I'm not sure. Like, we can automate it, and that's real fantastic, so we can just queue up a bunch of them. But yeah, it seems like it's going awfully slow right now, huh? Alright, so here's the other configuration that I was talking about. This might not be the best way of doing it, but this is going way faster. So if I tell it to make an Endless Pearl, do this, and then we look down here, you can see that's filling up so much faster. Okay, so the way that's working is this interface is just dumping all the items into this chest, and we're extracting out stacks at a time using the translocator into here. Then that's just filling all the items up real fast. Is there a better way to do this? Maybe, but this seems to work. And the only problem is then we're relying on this item conduit to extract out the resulting item. And these things get a little bit lagged. So like from the time that we request the item to the time we receive it, it's probably going to be slightly delayed. And that slight delay is going to be the item conduit here. But anyway, I think this is probably a pretty good way of doing this. So we could probably, try to think of like the best way of doing this. Maybe put the interface underneath this chest pointing upwards. So it's only going to insert the items up. And then we could have the conduit. Yeah, I don't know. We can't really pack these in really tightly because of that conduit, huh? If we could extract out of the bottom, that would be good, but that's not the way these things work. So I'll have to figure it out like as we add in more of these things. But for now, this seems really promising. So I've settled on a design here, and I think this is going to work. So we are having the automation interface eject into these interfaces. So like when, or I guess when we request a recipe, the items get put up into here. All of the items go into the interface. It crafts it, and then the interface, once it's done crafting, will eject the item into the interface over here. Yep. And yeah, everything just seems to work just fine. So I think this is about as compact as we can get it while using physically attached conduits. I know there are like phantom energy faces and things like that that we could hide the wiring. I don't really think I want to use those because that just generates more particles, which is just more things that will lag our game. Like we're already facing FPS issues right now as we are well into late game in this mod pack. So I prefer not to do things like that if at all possible. But yeah, this seems to work pretty well. So again, we'll craft up Endest Pearl. We'll craft up another one of these. So it'll be our 7th one. But yeah, you can see now when we craft this up, it seems to craft quite quickly compared to where we first started, right? So I'm very happy with this setup. And the only thing you have to do in the config here is just tell it to auto extract in the direction. So our interfaces are on the south side of the block. That's the only change that we have to make on each of these. I don't think I went through and I did it to all of them. Yeah, this one over here, we didn't click these buttons at all. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So going forward, we're going to have to make a few more recipes here to get this going. So like the next thing would be cosmic meatballs, but that means we have to get all of these different items. Some of them have EMC. In fact, quite a few of them do. Some of them do not. Like the raw imp hide, for instance. That means we're going to have to set up a spawner specifically for killing imps, which we don't have captured. So we're going to have to go find them. We have to spawn them in. We're going to have to figure out if we keep spawning them or if we collect like up to a certain point. There's a lot of things to figure out here going forward for the rest of these automations, but I am definitely looking forward to getting this done. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Like, maybe I have used these automation interfaces in the past. If I have, it's been a very long time, like I said. I don't really remember using them. Always felt like it wasn't really necessary. But yeah, getting these automations set up, this is really cool. I like this. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Project Ozone 3. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.